Hello everybody, welcome. Sorry, running a little bit late tonight. I did do an 80 carry tier list. I uploaded that after the stream. Took longer than I thought it would, as per usual. Also uploaded part of my Yellow Turban campaign that I've been working on. So I'm going to continue doing that. Did I run out of memory? Let me see here. Yeah. Looks like the Yellow Turban campaign ran out of memory, but the 80 carry didn't for some reason. That's annoying on the last episode of Yellow Turban. Because if it runs out of memory, then it, like, OBS won't lock, and so you just lose the footage. So, and on Legendary you can't go back, so that's gonna be pretty awkward. But anyways, well, that's get rid of that then. Not this. Anyway, we'll get in here. I gotta delete some stuff. Should go with delete. Hey, buddy, welcome back. I'm the Stretch Professor. Is that a good server game, or did we feed? No, we lost that one. Okay. Get rid of that. Nobody, welcome. This was a good start again. No, that ended up being good. We came back. I remember that game now. We came back and won, but. Go ahead and delete that. That should give us a little bit of space. Sorry, I didn't realize that the space was a thing, but I might want to record a couple of games here. So I'm trying to get some good Yuumi footage as well, so I need to... No, not that. There. A little bit of space. I've already got this real quick. I know some people are going to get triggered on these tabs. 50 tabs. I'll close some of them in a little bit. I always just have a ton of tabs open when I'm trying to record videos. So there's 80 carry related tabs. Let's do it for that video. Okay, so we have uploaded through 8. So that means I can get rid of these 3. Okay, that should give us enough space for now. Probably against Lux support, which is annoying. Oh, Yuumi's banned? Do Janna.
The Tempest is at your command. I think with our new build. We'll see what they pick. I think Boots Biscuits still where to be, where you want to be. I mean, there's an argument for doing. There's a lot of different stuff you could go on Janna. The Revitalize is pretty good too. Bone plating. Maybe we go Revitalize Bone Plating, because we are going to need some help with some all-in from Lux. If we get binded, Bone Plating can help. I should have taken something. I should have probably taken Barrier instead of Ignite. I'm really like not liking Ignite that much on Enchanters. Like, you don't have as much power in all-ins early if you don't have Ignite, but it just feels like later on in the game.
I mean, I guess they do have a Warwick, so it's not like a complete waste later on. But it just feels like you just can't ignite priority targets later on in the game. You just, I'd end up baiting myself, trying to go for the ignite, and end up stepping too far forward and dying. Okay, let me pull up the chat here. Sorry, the first part was a little chaotic. I didn't realize that my memory was so low until like right when I was loading it up. Okay. It's a fast load. I'll change the title here in a little bit. Pop out chat. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know if King Sticks is in here, but should holler King Sticks. I'll give you a shout out if you are. I know that he liked my tweet. He followed me on Twitter about I don't know, a couple of months ago, but I don't think I've ever seen him in the chat. But King Sticks is another content creator, great guy. He does mostly jungle, lots of good jungle stuff, so you should definitely check him out.
As you wish.
Let me... I'm gonna take coin. I'm just gonna be safer here.
Breathlessly.
I'm not gonna play Bard. I know, like, you always ask for these champs that really aren't that great in the meta, and I understand, like, I like the, you know, I like trying to find stuff that's a little different, a little odd as well, but... Does he want to be Tarzan? I feel like he has a better attitude than Tarzan. I mean, I don't know. I don't watch a ton of his stuff, but I have watched a lot of his videos, like, in the past, right? Like, some of his, like, tips on climbing and things like that. Well, I haven't done a lot of content with Nasty to begin with. I haven't done a lot of collaborations, period, so far this season because it took me so long to get back to Diamond. And I just really feel like I can't even talk to some of those people unless I'm Diamond. Not because they'd be mean about it, but it'd just be like... just be inappropriate, I feel like. But I don't know. Did he have a falling out over the Yuumi thing? I'm not really sure what the... I don't know. I haven't followed Nasty that much, unfortunately. He's a nice guy. I like Nasty. I feel like Riot had to chastise him a little bit, like I said, just for precedent. But I felt like I didn't want him to hit him too hard. But there was nothing personal. Like, if I screwed up like that, I would expect, you know, a little bit coming my way, too. And, well, she didn't die, at least. Lux is annoying. I'm not really sure who I should have picked. I just picked kind of for later game healing. But he has some pretty good instructional content. I remember when he was a very much smaller content creator, actually. I was like at 10,000 or 15,000 subs when he was at like 5, and I was promoting him for people that were interested in watching the jungle. And now he's probably 60 or 70,000. He's done some good collaboration, so he's got some good content. But yeah, I haven't been following that kind of stuff as much. Back when I was commuting like 4 hours to Tennessee and back when I lived in Ohio to teach last fall, I was watching a lot of videos from other content creators. Well, not watching, I was driving, but like stuff I could listen to, you know? And those guides and things like that are really good sort of listening materials. I'm actually going to go for a second point and shield here just because I don't think Tornado is going to matter right now. Just want as much protection as I can get. Oh, my bad. Wrong title. I'll change it after that. Not Viewers Night. This is Ranked, guys. My bad. I was kind of scrambling when I first loaded the stream. I figured out I didn't have any more memory left on my computer. And I deleted a couple of videos real quickly, but... Oh, I got a shield first before I W. I forgot about that. We're doing all right. I mean, considering we lost both Psalms, actually we're not. We're not doing all right. She's down like a ton of CS. And that's just such a dangerous lane, the Jhin, Lux. I can't play Zyra into Lux. I banned... Well, I blocked the Jhin W, but she still ended up dying. Oh god. I could have maybe shielded her at the very, very end there. I think I had... My shield just came off cooldown.
As you wish.
We will scale pretty well. My team fed. Oh, what's up, Thought Patrol Jerry?
In harmony.
Yeah, that could work. Which factors go into my decision coin over something else? Are we going to get stomped in lane? Pretty much it.
Swiftly.
Jesus, I mean, how much more obvious do we have to make it? All right, well, we got the kill on him. But yeah, I mean, if we're just gonna get stomped, it depends on the champion too. Like Janna does not have an amazing early game unless you specifically rune for it and you have like a very specific like partner. Like she can be aggressive if you go like, you know, if you go Comet, plus cheap shot and some other stuff like that. Wait, why switch targets? Wait, what? Am I crazy? Did Warwick just run off of the Lux? Did he just run away? Did he think she was dead or something? She still had like flash, dude. Oh my god, we just missed like 50 CS. Oh boy, that Platinum 1's gonna be tasting delicious. I'm gonna love it. I don't think we're gonna get demoted on this one, but the way stuff's been going, like... I can't body block it, dude. I'm gonna die. Wow, I didn't realize that Electrocute procced off with 3 shots off the ult. I mean, that makes sense. That's pretty cool. Go! I guess we're scared of the Jhin. I don't know, man. I had heal. Or, shield, rather. I don't even think I want to look and see what the CS is right now. But I'm going to do it. 20 to 60. Oh my god. I shouldn't have looked.
An ally has been slain.
Poor Jinx, poor me. It's like every game, dude. Even if I play more aggressive stuff like Zyra. Zyra is terrible in Deluxe, by the way, so Zyra was not on the table for this.
Breathlessly.
Should not have gone Bard, man. Huh. I was just thinking, like, you know what? Maybe we can scale if Jinx is just down, like, a little bit in lane, but this is not a little bit in lane. And every lane is... My god, top lane's down 40 CS, too. What? What is this matchmaking? Like, so much of this just comes down to, like, who gets their main role, who gets their main champs. Are their champs good in the meta right now? Like, so many people are just so inflexible. You know, you kind of like... Oh God, I'm gonna run over. Okay, she missed. She went Mobies. No, she went Ionian. She's just moving really quickly. Oh, she's got Relentless Hunter. Does she watch this channel? I feel like the only people that watch this channel would be like Relentless Hunter people. Ult her, ult her, ult her. She doesn't have flash. She doesn't even have ult. What? She's not even level 6? Damn, if I would have hit him with that tornado, that would have been good. I didn't think he was going to turn around, though. I thought he was going to try to ult me under tower. I mean, we're only down 2 kills. Like, it's possible we could come back. Wait, how did somebody fix my title? No, don't start that, please, buddy.
With ease.
Oh, okay.
An ally has been slain.
Upon the wind.
Well, I just didn't know Nightbot could do that. I mean, we might be able to outscale him. The problem is Jinx is... I don't know. I mean, maybe.
In harmony.
Wait, she can't even... Okay, yeah, we can maybe win off of him. Yeah, if we just play around Rengar, we might be able to do it. Okay.
Swiftly.
Please don't die.
Breathlessly.
Wait, what? How did they steal it? Cho'Gath wasn't... Dude, no, you screwed that up, man. What are you talking about? You missed smite. Cho'Gath didn't chomp it. Like, that was the only thing. I was like, okay, if Cho'Gath chomps this. Nah, just leave, dude. Yeah, you can't do everything. Can you hit smite? I mean, dude, like, stop blaming other people for that. Like, yeah, everyone in lane has been bad. You have been doing very well, but you messed that up. Like, that's 100% you. Jungler was not close enough to smite. Cho'Gath was not close enough to ult it. Like, that's it. Like, a Jhin shot killed it. So he just smited too early. Jin's ult does not do more damage than his smite at this point in the game.
Upon the wind.
No, I'm not getting... They, please, like... Yeah, don't... Especially in, like, close games, please don't insinuate that I'm getting salty just when I'm, like, critiquing something, and don't, like, make suggestions for picks. I mean, you can, like, ask about picks and things like that, but don't do, like, I told you so, you should have picked this chant, you know, that type of stuff. Because that gets frustrating. Well, it was tough to say in this lane. We got bulldozed in this lane, but it feels okay. I mean, you do get a faster cooldown on your shield. It's probably good later on. Yeah, they can both be pretty good in different situations. We don't know where everyone is. Hopefully they're not doing... They're probably on Rift. They might be going top.
With ease.
I need some boots here in a second. Well, I mean, you know. I had this conversation like a million times on the channel. I mean, some people think I'm salty or mean or something. It's like, I don't get it. Like, it's just commentary. Like, sometimes, yeah, I might get, like, excessively mad, but I feel like that's really rare. Like, I wasn't even mad about that. Like, literally all I was saying that it was Rengar's fault, that he missed the smite. That's it. That it wasn't anybody. I even prefaced by saying I thought he did a good job on everything else. It was just the, you know, he messed the smite up. And the only reason I said anything was because he was complaining to everybody else. I was just saying, no, dude. Like... I mean, I just helped him. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I knocked up the Yasuo, and I shielded him.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Breathlessly.
Yeah, and it's like that kind of commentary leads to stuff like this too, where it's like some people will try to agree with the person who's saying that I'm salty, some people try to defend me. It's just extremely divisive, like, in the chat, and just like unproductive and not helpful to try to like make comments like that or say stuff like that, I think. Kill me.
Unstoppable.
Flash, probably. Yeah, I mean, Rengar's just the only one on the team that's doing anything. It's like 1 and 9 mid, top lane's down 60 CS, bot lane's down 50 CS, 1 and 7. He was right, but he also missed the smite. Like, that is a true statement, but he missed that smite. Like, it's no one else's fault but his that he missed the smite. Like, I kept the Cho'Gath out of the pit. The other jungler was dead. Like, that play right there where he was trying to complain that somehow we made him miss the smite, that is false. He missed that smite. Everything else he did pretty well for the most part. Except, I mean, he kind of switched targets when he shouldn't have switched targets on that gank bottom. I'd have to go back and watch it, but I'm almost sure that he could have killed the Lux, and he decided to switch to Jhin for some reason. But, I mean, he played pretty well, but he still messed up that smite. Like, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but you got to take ownership whenever you make a mistake. Oh, God, we're back down to 0. What's up, Scott? I think Nami. It's been my highest win rate support over the last 20 or 30 games. I think we got D4 last week. Devotion Shield is anytime you're at a Division 4, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's in other divisions too. I'm not 100% about that, but I can't imagine they would do something that is just like easier for D4 than it is for other positions. Tips to get out of the plat and a diamond. I mean, you just got to play really well. No mistakes. I mean, it's very hard. The demotion thing only works when you're in the 4th division, I'm pretty sure. It doesn't tell you that. It doesn't tell you that when you're like Division 3, 2, or 1. It's only Division 4. And it takes a lot longer to get demoted when you're in Division 4. So if you're like, if you make it to Gold 4, you have to lose a lot before you get demoted out of Gold down into somewhere else. Damn it, they banned Yuumi. People need to quit doing that, man. I want to play her. I mean, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I was just trying to stop that line of conversation before it got to the point where it was really going to annoy me. But it wasn't. I mean, it was fine. Yeah, I guess we could do Janet. We're all AD. though. I think I've got to do Zyra. Hopefully they don't pick Lux. They might pick Lux,
Feel
though.
the thorns embrace.
They're literally all AD. Brand, huh? I mean, I could have done Lux also, I guess. Hey, what's up, Brandon? I like the Yellow Turbans campaign. I did not like Bandit Queen. Those are the only two that I've really played a lot on. So I don't think I like the base factions that much. But I don't know. It might just be Bandit Queen. But I really like the Yellow Turbans. Especially, I've been playing with Gong Du. I just released an episode today for that. I guess we're playing it. I didn't have time to search. Yeah, Zyra is better than Brand most of the time. Like, she has better vision control with her plants. She has more reliable poke, and she has more impact in a lot of team fights. Not only does she do really high damage with her ult, but it also CCs a lot of people. Yeah, I did it in records mode. I didn't do it in romance mode. So that made it a little bit more like a historical Total War. But I did a whole review on it. Like, I've got a whole review on both the base game and Yellow Turbans. I just did a Yellow Turbans review. And I just started releasing episodes for Yellow Turbans. So I think Yellow Turbans are really cool. I've had some fun with that.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Take careful steps.
I don't know. I didn't think they would invade, but maybe they will.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
I mean, like, you can win with Bran. I think it's a lot harder to win with Bran. Really?
First blood. Minions have spawned.
Oh, dude. I was about to say, don't walk right over there, man.
So much more to see.
Oh, God. Well, Zyra is very immobile, too. Like, they're both very similar. I mean, like, you can win, especially at, like, silver and lower. Brand is really good. I think Zyra is, like, harder to play.
Just a harmless flower.
I also have a lot more experience on Zyra, so I'm much, you know... So that definitely counts for something. But I still think in general, like, the vision control is so strong with her later on with the plants, like... Because a lot of AP mages suffer from not being able to check bushes, like, that well. Not a lot of them, some of them. Brand is one of them. You have to, like, use your W to check, which is not as good. It's okay, I guess, but... I mean, if you constantly hit your stun as Brand, he's probably better, but it's like, that can be tricky to do. Whoa, I didn't get experience for that? Oh, well, that's really annoying.
I backed up like 1 pixel too far.
Nice try.
Watch that. They caught me out.
Such a busy
Okay. If I can hit a root on the brand, he should die here. I don't have flash though. Do your ricochet, there you go. Free damage.
The forest holds many surprises.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
She could have flashed. Oh, never mind. She didn't have flash. Wait, why is everybody dying? Is this that same Cho'Gath? That's good gang. Is this the same like Cho plus Warwick? Damn. I could have hit her with the E when she stepped up. Wait, how is he healed all the way? What?
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
How did he heal? He just walk up and like Q the minion and smite it or something, I guess? They did increase his healing by a lot. I don't think he backed all the way.
An enemy has been slain.
I mean, it has to be. Like, who plays Cho'Gath middle? And who has a Cho middle and a Warwick jungle in the same game? That's one really annoying thing about Diamond is like you see the same people literally like every time, like over and over and over again. Man, I'm sure it gets even worse as you go up, but excuse me. I don't know what's up with that.
Wait until the seeds take root. Things aren't always what they seem.
Not
gonna walk next to that bush. If I get stunned, I'm dead. Okay, never mind. If he's gonna step out.
The forest holds many surprises.
An enemy has been slain.
What? Or they just like run around in circles around Dragon Pit? Like, where the actual hell is everybody?
A promising garden.
Like, am I just crazy? Weren't they pinging like they were coming? Like, Warwick was here. Who cut him off?
Come.
Did Shogath block both of them? What, am I just nuts or what? Hey, someone can watch the replay. Weren't they pinging? They're on their way, and they were like right here.
Nice try. Such a big.
That would have been a double kill if they followed that up. Because Warwick was exposed under tower. Brand's exposed. No cooldowns. Were they afraid to 2v1 Warwick in the tri-bush? Like, what's the story?
Take care.
An ally has been slain.
Like, if you're gonna just turn around randomly, you need to ping back. Like, if you're pinging, I didn't even ping for help. They pinged they were on the way. If you're gonna do that, like, if you're just gonna, like, not... block the shot.
Shut down. Double kill. You have been slain.
So
Like, if you're gonna,
much
like, ping that you're on your way, and then all of a sudden you decide you don't want to be on your way, you need to ping back. Otherwise, the person is logically going to assume you're still on your way. Nah, I don't think it was an error, Lev. Really don't. Because they both should have been, like, they should have at least been here to come in and clean it up.
Take careful steps.
I'm not gonna argue about it.
Venture off the beaten path.
I didn't ask for an opinion on if people thought it was a mistake. I asked if they were actually pathing up the river or not.
Turret plating will soon fall. Unstoppable.
Yeah, sometimes it is, Eric, but sometimes it's not.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
How's Lulu? She's okay right now. I don't play her that much anymore. I don't have a good win rate on her, and a lot of people don't either, but I just had people watch the replay for me. They said that they were coming behind the dragon pit, and they just randomly turned around. Like, the Caitlyn got away with like 10 HP. I thought it was a reasonable play. It didn't work out, but I don't think it was a mistake, given what was going on at the map, where it looked like they were going to trail in and clean up behind me. Yeah, I think tier lists are great. I mean, you need to take them with like a grain of salt, though. You know, like sometimes people can just be really good on certain champions,
Forest holds many surprises.
and it doesn't matter what the tier list says. But you know, I think that there are definitely certain champions on certain patches that are going to be stronger. So yeah, I mean, I have a tier list every patch for support, usually 80 carry, and oftentimes like jungle recently. Yeah, I say, you know, if they're quick, just look at a couple of them and just see how different people justify different things. Just kind of see, you know, what you think will work for you, your champion pool, you know, what you enjoy playing, that type of stuff.
Dominating.
I mean, I'd say just look at a bunch of different ones.
Shut down.
Like, just to get the most important thing about tier lists is just to get different perspectives about like which champions could be strong in different circumstances, just to learn stuff. Like, it's not to necessarily just religiously play, you know, whatever one tier list tells you to play. It's to learn how to think about, you know, the game a little bit differently from different perspectives.
An ally has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
Hey, what's up, Aaron? Yeah, we got some Zyra action in here. Okay, okay. That was a good call. Bro Fresco. Bring it in, pimps and plays. Does that guy still make content? I never really watched a lot of his stuff. I think it showed up on my YouTube feed one time or something, and I just looked at it. He's old school. Graves worth picking up. I think Graves could be really good. He doesn't have a high win rate. I'll be honest, I don't know why that is. Is our top lane getting wrecked? Actually, our top lane is wrecking them, so that's good. Yeah, I mean, this one's definitely winnable. What's up, Uno? I don't think I can one-shot him.
Wait until my seeds take root.
Bursted way harder than I thought. I guess I should have flashed immediately. I did not expect him to come walking around this way. I guess he just pushed up this lane and then he was going to go try to get scuttled. Just really bizarre pathing. I thought I was going to be able to walk away and then eat him, but just judge that.
Enemy double kill.
Step on a trap or something? Ah, how'd she kill him? Or just randomly start the fight. Guess he thought I was dead. I don't know. I need to back up for like Caitlyn just ults me and no one blocks it or something.
Shut down.
Come closer.
Wait, why did he flash? Oh, Kate already blocked the ult. Okay, my bad. Obviously, I'm oblivious in that play. By myself. They faked me out. I thought they were gonna keep walking straight. Oh, click.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Okay, Aatrox is just chasing across the whole map. I'm gonna get this Cho'Gath, man. Who cares if I get Baron? We should be able to get it anyways, but...
Has destroyed an inhibitor.
Yeah, I was just trying to bait him, that's all. I just hit the Baron and almost killed my jungler. You know. Just so he'd get low and they would overcommit. Some next level stuff there. Nah, I think I was trying to go click the ward or something. I just accidentally clicked the Baron and right-clicked it. Yeah, they all walked right into Zyra. Like, the Zyra plus a fed Alawi, Kayn, and Sivir, like, we have a lot of teamfight damage. See how we're clearing all these wards? When you're behind in Diamond, it is really hard to keep vision up. Like, really hard. Like, he's going to die trying to keep vision up. And that's why, you know, I've had in some past videos, people will be like, why didn't you ward this? Or why didn't you keep these wards up? I'm like, you're not doing it. Against a lot of Diamond players, like, they're going to block your vision a lot of the time. And if you try to go out there and contest it, when it's not safe, you're going to die. I've had people in my games, I've had people in chat ask before, hey, why didn't you have this area warded out more? It's like, it's not safe. And there's no wards on the map because they cleared them all. Because they're smart. Ooh, that was annoying. I thought I was going to at least hit the Warwick there. It would take me a long time to go through and edit that. Like, it's not free that, like, streamers will have, like, stream highlights and stuff like that. Like, they pay an editor. That, okay, Eric. You're right. My point is entirely invalidated. No one ever clears vision if the ward doesn't have vision down. Or if the support doesn't ever have vision down, then it's 100% their fault. They should just walk out blind in the darkness and try to place it when they don't have any sort of map pressure. Zyra is good in certain circumstances, but there are other champs where it's not that much. But, I guess I could put the rank thing up there. What did I gain? 13? No, that was before we lost a lot last week. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh. Yeah, like the video. I looked up the video editor for I'm a Cutie Pie, and it takes him like 8 hours a day to clip and create that. And I'm sure it's very similar for a lot of these other. They're really not editors; they're producers. Like, they create the entire like feel and aesthetic. Like, they're creating like a little movie out of all the footage that you get, just like a producer would. So it's not just like they're going in, polishing up a couple of things, you know, editing, putting a couple of more commas in there. No, they're spending 8 hours a day, like, creating the perfect kind of like message and vibe and feel. And a lot of the highlights from different streamers will have different vibes to them depending on what they're going for. If they're going for something funny, if they're going for something, you know, on the weeb side with a lot of anime, like Night Blue or whatever, and like these little anime allusions and throwbacks and references, you know, if they're going for something real serious and hardcore, you know, all of that varies a lot based on the editor, and they spend a lot of time doing that. Like I said, like 8 hours a day. And I know that I'm a Cutie Pie used to just give his editor like all of his YouTube earnings, so, and he would just keep the Twitch earnings. So, you know, the editor's probably making at least $50,000 a year just doing that as a full-time job. The indication below Diamond, the thing, means that you could get demoted. So anytime you get to a tier 4, hey, thanks Jose, I appreciate it. I know, I have to go through and fish out the play of the night. I mean, maybe at some point. But it'd probably be sort of a short video, and it would necro my video as well. So it would be like taking views away from people that might watch the whole thing, might only watch the highlights. So I don't think that I would necessarily gain a ton of viewers who would only come in to watch the highlights. Like, maybe. But if anything, I think it would just be people who might watch the stream or the replay that would instead watch the highlights. So I don't think that would gain a lot of views. And it's just, that's just not the style of content on the channel. Like, a lot of my content is just kind of longer, in-depth stuff, not just sort of a highlight reel type of thing. I mean, it'd be nice. Like, I would try it out if it just would not take a ton of time, but I'm afraid that it probably would. I guess what was banned Draven.
Draven out.
But I think I would be much better suited probably
budgeting my time towards just doing more guides, more content in general, faster, and doing some light video editing stuff, especially for the tier list. Like, just make a little like visual that people could see of like Janna, you know, with like some stats or like a little bar or something next to her, like what her current win rate is and things like that. Just, and I could reuse a lot of that stuff. That's the thing, like a Janna image with like her strengths and weaknesses, that kind of stuff. I could put that in anytime Janna shows up in a tier list, you know. So it's kind of like those pages that I have, the little mini Google Docs. Like, I can recycle those and just change them a little bit every now and then. It'd be the same thing with those images. So I think something like that, or just having like stock gameplay footage in the background. So like when I'm talking about Janna, I just have like, you know, 5 minutes of Janna, maybe not 5 minutes, but yeah, maybe like 5 minutes of just like Janna footage, just walking around doing stuff in the background like a lot of other highlight videos do. And then anytime I talk about Janna or anytime I talk about Zyra or whoever I'm talking about, I would have that footage there. So it's just stuff that like I could like use a lot for the amount of time that would get invested. Not just like I would spend 8 hours making this video and you know, it'd be like a one-time thing. Yeah, but that's because he's massive and he can afford it. He doesn't do that personally. He hires somebody probably for tens of thousands of dollars who go through and manage that second channel for him with the highlights. I'll guarantee you. I don't have the money to hire a force. Like, I can't hire a staff or a squad to like do that kind of stuff for me. It depends on the YouTuber. It varies wildly. Most YouTubers make virtually nothing. Like, ad revenue from YouTube itself is usually not that high unless you're getting into the 6 figures. Like, unless you get hundreds of thousands of views, your ad revenue alone is not going to be that high. Like, most people get it from other stuff. Like, either coaching sessions, just flat out donations, Twitch subs, merchandise, sponsorships with other websites or different kind of like ad deals and things. So yeah, it just varies wildly on like which type of channel you have and what sort of your target audience, your monetization, your work ethic. Like, there's so much. It's, you know, it's huge. Yeah, I mean, well, Twitch ad revenue is bad too. But the thing about, or not, yeah, Twitch ad revenue is bad as well, I believe. But like, you have Twitch subs. Like, Twitch as a platform has better monetization options, but I think YouTube is easier to get discovered and to grow an audience when you're smaller. Like, that's why I've been thinking about maybe trying out Twitch at some point now that I've gotten, not like huge, but like, you know, bigger than 5,000 people.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
I mean, it depends. There's a lot of stuff. But even high-level streamers don't have... You know, there are plenty of challenger streamers that don't get that many viewers. So, like, being a higher level is good. That's definitely a perk, but it doesn't guarantee, like, oh, I reach challenger, oh, I reach diamond, therefore I'm going to have a lot of viewers, you know. It's nice. It's like a prerequisite, but usually there's a lot of other stuff going on, too. And there are, you know, there are some streamers that are very entertaining. There's not a lot, but there are some that are very entertaining that, you know, might even be as low as gold. I mean, some of those gold...
Where's my fishy fish dish?
Hey, I'll think about that, John. Email me and I'll see about that. You know, one of my main concerns, like I mentioned before, is I don't want to necro from the main video, because I want people to watch the stream itself, because they'll spend more time watching it, which is good. What? How'd that not hit either one of them? Zyra is such a menace. Ugh. Looped around on him. Dude. Yeah, there are some people with relatively small audiences that are lower elo that can make a lot more money than challengers. But, you know, obviously most of the big name streamers that are like, you know, pretty large. I'm going to actually wait. Dang it. I should have waited if I was really planning it out until her shield broke. And then I could jump off and get another shield on her. So we just have like a permanent shield. I was trying to jump back on, but she jumped away. That's fine. You backing away or not, Triss? Oh my god. What's this dude doing? Hello? Dude, like... It's pretty greedy.
Ally has been slain.
Wait. Oh, that was their mid laner. Champion's so obnoxious. They get 2 plates and a ton of stuff off of that. Recommend to a new brand player? I don't know. I mean, land your stuns. Watch out for ganks.
Today we are
just stood there in that bush for like 30 seconds without throwing a single thing. It's so annoying. And then I got stun locked before I could W. I should have just walked up and W'd. It's hard to fake him out. I guess I could have checked it with my Q
Enemy killing spree.
instead of throwing it at Ezreal. Wow, helpful. I mean, what am I supposed to say to that? I mean, I've got an entire brand guide. I mean, anytime people are just like, hey, you got any tips to win? It's like, it's a complicated game, man. I don't know. Like, can you be more specific?
Shut down.
Oh, brand new Warhammer player. Okay, I thought you meant a brand player for League of Legends. Okay. I mean, I have a whole guide on that too, like beginner's guide. Depending on your difficulty level, you know, I don't know if you're new to Warhammer in general, but as far as the battles, just like figure out which units are good in other units, like. Please? Wait, he's level 5 and their jungler's level 7. What? Okay. Why didn't I use any summoners when the dude was dead 100% and I didn't want to KS from the Trist? I mean, dude didn't have flash, didn't have mana. If you're talking about the play near the tower. Okay, we'll just wait on this. Yeah, I mean, just keep your cavalry out of spears. Try to put your swords into their spears if possible. Use your arrows to focus things that don't have shields. I mean, a lot of it just depends on the faction. Yeah, just look in topical guides on the channel. It's under topical guides, not campaigns. If you look under topical guides, you'll see like new Warhammer player thing. I mean, that game's really complicated too, but it just depends on your faction. But just in general, figure out which units counter other units. You know. And just try to pay attention and think about like what is your faction really good at, and try to play to their strengths. You know. Is it a really good range faction? Okay, we'll probably upgrade your ranged units. You know, is it a really good melee faction? Is it like greenskins and they're supposed to, you know, work around the wall? Alright, well, you know, try to be really aggressive to make that happen. That assist, baby. Y'all know what it is? I do have a team comp guide. I think that I've got a commission for another guide that's kind of like that I'm going to do soon. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I'm going to spend all tomorrow catching up on guides. It just depends. I mean, if your AD carry is really reluctant, sometimes playing a hard engaged champ can be bad because they won't follow up. Just depends on what you're doing. I mean, like, enchanters can be very aggressive in the laning phase. Like, you can poke a lot. You can do a lot of damage. It just depends on the champ type. Damn, auto attack the minion instead of the Ezreal. Hey, thanks Brady, I appreciate it. That helps out a ton, man. He's gone. Thresh is very good, but hey, thanks Victor, I appreciate it, buddy. It helps out a lot. Dude, he's gonna. Okay, nice. What was I saying? Yeah, the problem is, like, if people don't take your lantern, then it can be, like, you can totally take over his Thresh, but he's really hard to play, and he does require, like, some extra coordination from your team for some of his core mechanics to work. So, I like, hey, thanks, man. That's why I like things like Nautilus a little bit more. How's our top doing? Getting crushed. It's not good. Tom Kinch has to win lane. Kennan's probably one of his hardest matchups, though. Okay, well, there we go. Kennan's going to do a lot more in team fights. Our Trist is doing fairly well. Why would he go back in, dude? We were out, man.
Your turret has been destroyed.
So he makes this super aggressive play.
An ally has
And
been
then gets
slain.
greedy and goes back in.
It's okay. 6 left.
That feels bad. Secondary runes are cut down and presence of mind. Cut down is really popular on Yuumi because she has such low base health. She's almost always guaranteed to do like 10% extra damage, and you don't buy any extra health on your first few items, so... Damn it. I W'd then E'd. I meant to E then W and then auto, and then I just misplayed it. If I had played that correctly, I think we could have maybe had him. If I had just E'd while I was on her and then W to jump off and then auto attack and then W back on, I probably could have had it. How the hell does he know? I guess just the minions gave some vision.
Dish, dish.
Your turret has been destroyed.
They buffed his Q for top lane, but they nerfed his W for solo Q.
The bookkeeper is a great role for someone as responsible as me. Hey, new friend? You're gonna do something crazy, okay? Faster! Faster!
And stick on this pike.
Shut down.
If he goes invisible and tries to make a play,
The best game in the spirit realm.
I really wish this pike would roam.
An ally has been slain.
I need to be on somebody who's actually going to make some plays. Come on, man. Oh, you're invisible. Like,
An ally has been slain.
dude, cover middle.
Don't go somewhere
Your
bad.
team has destroyed.
Now you're ready to prowl.
Have been slain. Has been slain.
Well, yeah, dude, it's because you're a squishy, like, assassin that got hit by the stun. Of course he's gonna one-shot you. And it's not even a one-shot, like, there's 4 people there that all just dogpiled.
Your inhibitor
Like, I got one-shot by 4 people beating on me as a squishy champ. What's going on? Athene's over Sensor? I'm getting both. But yeah, you should get Athene's first.
It's just you and me.
I gotta try to hang out with Pike.
I guess we're going this way.
No, I can't hang out with Pike.
Now you're ready to prowl.
Idiot, dude. Nah, I was talking about the Pike complaining about getting one-shotted by Yuumi. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, there's 4 people there. They're gonna kill you if you get stunned. It's like 2v4.
It's okay.
Yeah.
6 left. Oh, was it 5?
Yeah, Pike was saying, y'all fed that Zyra, man, he one-shot me. It's like, no, dude, 4 people killed you. Like, that's what happened. When you're under tower, they all used all their abilities and you died. Nice, good job, David. Our team just doesn't do anything. Yeah? Yeah. It's weird. It's like they almost know how to group. Here's the vision comments again. I tried to pop off to get the order and pop back on.
Double kill.
I don't think her AP scalings are that bad. So like a 0.8 on her ult, up to a 0.8 on her E, depending on how low the person is. Her Q is like 0.6, and then she's got a 0.4 on her passive. It's not jungle difference. You played Tahm Kench top. You didn't dominate. You lose. Like, that's it. That's how Tahm Kench works. Kennen is a bad matchup. So I'm not saying I could play that matchup any better than him, but if you're playing a hyper lane dominant champion that like doesn't scale at all, you gotta win, and you gotta win real hard. I mean, yeah, our jungler was 0-10. He wasn't having a great game. We screwed up a lot bot lane too, but like, everybody messed up. I mean, 0-10's bad, yeah, but like, dude, like if you're playing something like Tahm Kench or Garen or Pantheon, like you cannot lose lane. Getting the munchies, man. Oh, my bad. Yeah, sometimes this mic picks up a lot more than I think. I know, but he's doing that to evade responsibility. He's like, oh, I played Tahm Kench, you know. Not my fault we lost. I mean, it's like, it's not all your fault, but, like, it kind of is, like, partially. I mean, it's partially my fault, too. I'm not trying to say it was all jungle difference, though. Yeah, that's right. They had an EZ. Well, it was mostly the Zyra that won him that game. Zyra is a very frustrating AP support to play against. Because Zyra's the same way, like, if you don't get ahead early, you're worthless. Like, you have a little stun. I guess it can be a decent stun later, but... Best faction for new players? Probably dwarfs. I think the dwarfs are pretty straightforward. Like, their units are pretty easy to understand what they're supposed to be doing. You don't really have to rely on, like, flanking and positioning in fights that much because you don't have any cavalry. Like, you have some gyrocopters later on, but it's pretty straightforward. Like, you just have, like, a heavily armored front line, and then you have, like, heavily armored archers and some artillery, and you just blow them up as they come at you, and then you just run your units into theirs, and they probably win. I was sorry that timed you out, Bradley. I'm not sure what you said. Or Brady. I don't know why it timed you out. But I saw your messages. Nightbot's going haywire. Oh, F-bomb. Forgot I'm moderate. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, the normal, like, if you chat in a video comment, it's not, but on here it is because I am an English professor as well, and not a lot of my students know about the channel. I don't advertise it to them, but occasionally some of them come in here, and so I try to keep it relatively professional. I know I cuss sometimes during the live stream itself, but I try as much as possible to keep it relatively professional with some occasional saucy humor and occasional cuss word or two, but I think dwarfs are the most straightforward. You also don't have to really manage like magic that well. Like, you have a rune system, but it doesn't have any like magic costs or anything to it. You just spam it whenever it's up. So I think dwarfs are probably the best. Yeah, it's a major state school. It's got like 30,000 students. Chill community college, brother. Community college is not worth it. I wouldn't mind teaching at a community college, but like the pay, I don't get paid very well, but the pay is like absurdly low. Like insanely low. Like, how the hell does anyone do this low? Like, we're talking a local community college around here that's very popular. There's a lot of students that go to it. It's seen as like kind of a feeder school, like in a good way, but a school where people start and then it feeds into the bigger university. They take their first year or two at this place and then they go up. And what's going on? Oh, are they switching? $1,500 a class. That's what students get, or that's what adjuncts get, and you never even get like, You're not even guaranteed employment, and you're not guaranteed to get 4 classes a semester. So a lot of them probably get like maybe 2 or 3 classes. So you're looking at like $6,000 to $9,000 a year that's not even guaranteed, with no health benefits. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, that's so low I can't even do it. I mean, what I make teaching as a an adjunct where I am is not a ton more than that, but it's a little bit more than that. Neat auto chime in. Yeah, Nightbot does have some commands. I'm not sure what they all are. Lev, who is in here sometimes, she was here earlier, does some Nightbot stuff. Kaisa. Let's try Janna here. I'm gonna have to drill fast.
The Tempest is at your command.
Dude picks Trendamere top, says could have used a front line. It's like, you're welcome to pick one too, man. Okay, I don't mind about that. I don't remember what I was asking, but hey, what's up? What's up, Josh? Yeah, sorry, mobile's kind of squirrely. I don't know what's up with it. Sometimes it doesn't work. Yeah, I don't know who puts Flash on D, man. It's F for Flash. I've always been in that camp. Yeah, I wasn't too sad to see that comp go. Yeah, Dwarves are pretty good as a Warhammer 1 faction. Warhammer 2 depends on how you like to play. Probably High Elves. I think that like Tyrion for High Elves is probably one of the easiest like beginner campaigns, because you have really good diplomacy with a lot of people. You have very strong units. He's a strong legendary lord. You have lots of Confederation options. You're relatively isolated on Ulthuan, so you're basically only going to be fighting other High Elves, maybe some Dark Elves, maybe if you go to the upper left. But you have just one type of enemy that you're fighting, most likely, and most of the time you can confederate with a lot of them. So I think High Elves are probably the easiest faction overall. High Elves or Dwarves, but probably High Elves, honestly, just because they get so much like goodwill from everyone on the map that isn't a bad guy. Yeah, I would say High Elves or Dwarves. What's an alley game? Oh, you want Alistar? I'll do it in a normal game for 10 if you want, or I can do like flex for 15. I guess I could do a full-on like ranked Alistar for like 25 or something, but I really don't want to I really don't want to get demoted. I know I've been losing a lot anyways lately. He's in kind of a tough spot, and I haven't played him in quite a while, and like his combo, his WQ combo requires quite a bit of practice to like, or just like, it needs to be in your muscle memory. It's not as hard as it used to be to pull off his WQ combo, but it's very different from other champions. Like how fast you have to do that to combo with him, so I would probably mess up some of those combos sometimes. Yeah, well, I don't know if Alistar does need some attention, because the thing is, like, he's so good in Pro, because he does have really good engage, that it's really hard to, like, make him viable for solo queue without making him too strong. Dude, everybody loves Dwarves. I'll tell you, by far, they are the most requested faction that I get to play through. Everybody loves Dwarves. Like, everyone. My favorite personal factions to play, of course, I like kind of challenging factions. The new Chaos with Steel Faith is actually pretty fun. That's one of the best campaigns I've done in a while. I'm still doing that one on the channel. I'm about to start releasing an Ungrim campaign. Nice. Yeah, my favorite factions are probably probably Dark Elves, Vampire Counts, Skaven, and Empire. I kind of like the bad boy factions because they're usually a little more challenging because everyone hates you. So the diplomacy's harder, but if you like, I do like diplomacy, but okay, let's get him Yi.
My blade is yours.
How do you play Janna into Morg? Just don't get binded and you probably outscale her. You could get a Mikhail's if everyone on your team keeps getting hit by binds. Mikhail's is not terrible on Janna. Edgelord. Well, they're diverse too. Like, each one of those factions is pretty diverse in the different kinds of units they can get, and they have unique mechanics that are pretty fun. And they're very encouraged to go like really aggressive early on. I do like Empire. Empire is pretty fun. Most of the factions are pretty cool that I like playing. I enjoy playing the factions. Okay, so do we know what we're doing here or not? Let me see. I haven't even looked at Poor Professor tonight, and that's bad. Wood Elves are fun. They're kind of unique compared to some of the other factions, and they're kind of challenging because you can't get like traditional towns. You have to try to like win some kind of tough fights and get a bunch of amber and eventually confederate. They do have some elite units that are really nice. They're a pretty fun campaign if you get going, but I think they're on the harder side. But they could work. The hardest stuff for the Horde factions are really hard too. Like Chaos and Beastmen are pretty hard, and Norska. Oh god, dude doesn't even play Yi. I thought he was gonna be a Yi one trick. Autofilled 80 carry. Oh, this is not looking good. Okay, Brady. Thanks, buddy. And thanks again for your support, man. Take it easy. Hey, Prof, is SFO worth going back to Warhammer? Yeah, definitely. I think they add a lot of cool new strategic diversity to the game. Like, there's a lot of different stuff. Like, they add new units, they add new building types, they add new strategic considerations for each faction. It's great. I mean, it really does change a lot of the game around. In general, I like it. There's been like maybe a couple of times where I'm like, I don't know about that change, but I think that the vast majority of the time it's really fun, it's really cool. I think Crit Yi can actually be pretty good.
There's always another way.
Warhammer is single player. You can play it online. There are multiplayer battles. I don't really do those. I haven't played those in years. They were very imbalanced beforehand, but there's been a community like building up around those over the last couple of years. So there are some content creators. There aren't any major tournaments that are sponsored by Creative Assembly, but there are some third-party creators like Turin that have been sort of making their own tournaments with it. It has the potential to be really cool and awesome, and I think maybe they've started balancing around that more, but like their like matchmaking system and stuff like that is really, really sketchy. I got to like when I played on it, I was ranked like 270th or something in the world. But you would face like I would face people that weren't even ranked in the top 1,000, and then I would face like the number 3 person. And sometimes I would face the same person multiple times within the same couple of hours. Like, there's just not many people that are playing it. And the thing is, people can dodge. Like, so if they don't like the matchup, if you pick humans, they pick vampires or something like that, they don't like that matchup, they can just leave. I could have maybe taken... If I took Bubble, maybe we kill her there. But I didn't know if other people were going to be behind her, and I didn't want to Bubble level 1. I knew we'd get her flash either way. I'm really surprised Lucian didn't flash after, but he was probably also a little worried that someone else could have been there. It's much better for most content creators to do multiplayer battles because the views on campaigns are very heavily weighted towards the beginning of the campaign. And most people want you to complete the entire campaign. And so especially if you're playing on Legendary and you're not auto-resolving every fight, it would probably take you, depends on the campaign, some are faster than others, but most of the time it's probably going to take you at least 150 turns to win a campaign. And that's like gonna be at least like 30 episodes or something. And after the first like 5 episodes, the viewership drops off a lot. Like first episode, usually second episode, it's like half the amount of people. Like the first episode will get a ton of views, but then later ones are like really low numbers. Versus if you do multiplayer, then every single episode will have a smooth number. So multiplayer will never get more views than like the first episode of a campaign, or usually it will not, but you know, multiplayer will almost always get more views than the 10 through the 45th episode of the campaign. So that's why a lot of people just do the multiplayer. That's why there are very few content creators that still make like legendary campaigns unless there's like new DLC out. But I like the campaigns personally a lot more. I just have more fun with them because I get my competitive multiplayer kicks out of League. And like I said, the balancing is just really off because people can dodge for free. People could even just disconnect from the game without penalty. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, I had that happen several times at the top end. If you were losing a game, you could literally just unplug your internet and you would not get a loss. You would not even get a disconnect, you know, marked on your account. Like StarCraft 1 back in the 90s at least gave you a DC. If you disconnected, it marked it. So people would know if you DC'd all the time. I have too many minions on us right now, I think. I just got my Ignite back. Oof, I thought I was gonna get her. Yeah, this stream, I don't see any frames dropped. It may, I didn't see a lag, but it's possible. See ya, Anderson, thanks for coming out, buddy. I agree with that. If someone rage quits, I think that the penalty should be harsher, although they have made them less harsh recently because people could like have bad internet or something. My thought is like you shouldn't be playing ranked if you have bad internet. If it just happens every now and then, it shouldn't be a big deal, but I agree. There should be like not even a huge reduction, just something to make it feel a little bit better if you get DC'd on. Like maybe you lose 3 less LP or something like that. Like not even like a big amount. Just like something where it's like, you know what, I got kind of screwed over on this. What kind of giant is Kha'Zix? Yeah.
We are all tied to the ocean.
Yee's top side. We don't have flash. We've got to give him time to go away. Ari might be coming down. I think I lost experience for that. We're gonna get camped.
People and their
Okay. I lost that cannon experience. It sucks. What's going on? Alright, I gotta focus up here. I don't know where Ari is. Okay, she's middle again.
quit flopping around.
Wait, how did he get away? Did he die? He didn't die. Now we're wasting all of our time top lane. We did get some kills bot, fortunately, but let me stand next to him just in case Kha'Zix goes invisible and jumps over here. I don't think he will, but
We are strange. Enemy rampage.
bro.
Ew, whale breath.
Your turret has been destroyed.
God.
There's always another wave.
Dude, your diamond. Or
At least platinum, like, stop. Dude, you're sad. Stop complaining. You fed him. Like, you're down 40 CS? Just sad, man. Olaf's not even like a top meta champ right now. Like, he's okay. Like, you are choosing to fight him. You are feeding. Like, the champion is not busted. You are bad. Just stop, or you're at least having a bad game. God, are we really talking about stealing experience in this game right now? Olaf does scale if he gets that fed. Why is he that far up in the lane? We're just gonna lose this. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, we're trying to take this tower as fast as possible. Talon's talking about someone stealing experience. It's like, dude, the support is there. Like, it's 2v2. He has to be there to help you. Because you didn't pick a champion with, like, really good wave clear. Did he literally just run up and int? I couldn't see. I don't know if he's inting or if he's just bad. I don't know if Lucian is also like throwing a fit or if he was trying to type and just did it wrong. Dude, that's not a bad game. That's 1-7 down 60 CS at 13 minutes. Like, bad game is like I'm 0-3 down 20 CS.
We are all tied in motion.
mean, down 1 in 7, down 70, like literally 70 CS at 16 minutes. Like, I understand dying a couple of times, but how do you not farm anything? Like, how can you be that far down?
My quest beckons.
He does no damage. Really?
Unstoppable. I still hear the song of the sea. Has been slain.
I mean, it's like if Talon gets going, maybe. We do have a Yi. I mean, Yi is 0-4. I'm actually gonna be blind. Yeah. Yeah, there's some questionable stuff going on here. Yeah, you gotta change how you're playing. I mean, it's tough because he is playing like a champion that does hard engage. Like the Olaf with that Righteous Glory build. I get it, it's hard to stay away from him, but you just gotta like let him push waves in and go farm the jungle or something, and then once the wave gets to your tower, then you can maybe go like farm it. Or like make a play. I haven't seen him ult anywhere else on the map. Like some of our team fights bot lane, he could have ulted in there and maybe got some more, you know, got some assists or something. Like the main thing you need to do is just not die and just get as much farm as you can. Because when you're dead, like they push you in a tower and you lose farm, you lose plates, you lose towers. Well, no, you need to kind of like look for proactive stuff too, especially with Ezreal. Like you don't want to play too defensively. You know what I mean? Like Olaf should have played defensively at a certain point, but like you can't just like give them all the Barons, all the Dragons, all of those jungle. Like you got to try to look for some picks sometimes too. So, you know, it depends on your comp. Like, we don't really win team fights. Like, our best way to win is probably right now if Talon or Lucian just find somebody in the jungle. Like, if I can manage to keep vision in a certain area of the jungle and we get a pick on, like, their Vayne or their Ahri or something. Because we're not going to win 5v5. Our team's just not good at 5v5. If I'm playing, you know, like a tanky jungler, or like a mid laner with some kind of CC, like a Malzahar or an Ahri or something, is, you know, it's a lot better when you're behind. Zyra is a lot better when you're behind because you can wave clear him. Yeah, I mean, no one can kill him right now. Like, Olaf's really, really strong if he gets very far ahead. I mean, so he killed me, but we did get a kill. And we got a shutdown, I think, on him.
Don't stand where I shoot.
I mean, like, you're gonna, like, most of these games like this, you're gonna lose, period. But I just think that it's a big risk to, like, do nothing also, you know. You need to be looking for stuff to do, not just, like, AFK in your base and wait, you know. But, yeah, I mean, with a champion like Olaf, where you can't CC him, and he's just, like, that far ahead, then he's just gonna kill you. Air Bud is a bad movie. Come on, man. I haven't seen Air Bud in a long time, but it is what it is. Like, it is as advertised. I think as long as the movie is kind of like what it's advertising, then, you know, mission accomplished. Not every movie's going to be the Oscar award-winning film. Air Bud is just supposed to be like a funny, like family-friendly, feels good kind of movie. I think that's what it was from what I remember. Oh, I think literally that's the first GP I've seen all game. It's like, dude, you have to expect that people are going to flame you if you go 1 in 10. Like, I would expect to be flamed. Just, if you can't handle that, just mute him. No, I'm not going to report him. I don't think he was actually trying to int. I mean, I understand people being mad at him. Like, I'm not happy about that. Dude's down like 70 CS. Like, he went up and chose to fight. It's not like they were even tower diving him the whole time. I think he may have gotten ganked once or twice, but, like, you gotta stop dying. Like, we were winning bot lane, I think, like, okay, we were doing alright, you know, Talon was doing alright. Like, we weren't in great spots, but, like, just imagine, if Olaf just came out of that lane, and he was, like, 3-0, up 20 CS. Like, just imagine how much better that would be than Olaf being, you know, up 6 kills and 70 CS. Like, if he just had Righteous Glory, or he just had Black Cleaver, one of those 2 items out of lane, you know, we probably could beat him with Lucian, right? Because, like, Olaf is very, very dependent on that snowball because he has to kill you while he's unCCable. If he, like, doesn't kill the AD carry while he's invincible, then he's probably going to die because people can CC and shut him down. But it's when he has that much movement speed and he has that much power, you basically have like, whatever it is, 5 or 6 seconds to run down and kill the AD carry. See you, Kamoy. Thanks for coming out. Okay, cool. We got up to a pretty decent little viewership here. I mean, at least I'm getting to play different stuff, I guess. Giving you guys some commentary. We've been having some interesting conversations in the chat. Just trying to find something positive here. I know I'm going to get demoted sometime this week, probably. It just... I don't know. But hey, there's nothing like getting a diamond the first time than getting it back the second or the third or the 5th time. Yeah, Teemo's terrible. practice Yuumi some more. I think Yuumi has a lot of potential. I miss practicing her. Yeah, Predator is a great movie. I like Braum as a personality. I don't think that Braum is strong right now unless you're like a challenger player, because he doesn't scale. I wonder if two people don't lock in at the same time, who gets the dodge? Maybe they both do. Like, Braum's abilities have no scaling on him. Like, he's a good team fighter, but he's so much better in a low gold economy. Like, he can kind of have a hard time starting fights. If you're going to play him, I'd play him with Lucian. But, like, he just... Like, his Q has some, like, some scaling on his, like, with bonus health. But, like, a lot of other champions, like... I think that a champion either needs to have very high scaling or needs to have like really solid engage and like a lot of CC. That's exactly right, John. It's because it's a super low gold economy. I mean, in pro games, like usually the support will buy their tier 3 ward item, which Relic Shield is the best ward item if you're going all the way up to tier 3. So they'll usually get Eye of the Equinox, a defensive boot, and maybe one other item. Like they might complete like a Zeke's, possibly, and then it's just like all control wards, pretty much. Yeah, coin is a lot more reliable. So anyways, sorry, in that kind of economy, you want a champion that's really good on virtually no gold. And like, you know, a pro level game, the final score might be like 10 to 10 or something, versus like a silver game is going to be like 40 to 40. And so if you're getting a lot of extra items, then someone like Sona is going to be way better because she has, and like tanks have really high base stats too. Like Braum has a lot of base HP, a lot of base armor. Like he gets a lot of free value out of just being those stats. And his shield creates a lot of effective HP for your team. Like it doesn't scale with items, but it's really powerful on its own. And he's very good at team fighting with his little, his Frost passive. But like someone like Sona has really low base stats, so it's not that great early on in the game, but then once she gets to like 3 items, it's impossible to lose just about. Because you have so much scaling with plus healing and shielding and your AP. Go coin on Rakan if you think you're gonna probably not win the lane, and that's a lot of times with Rakan. Also, the movement speed is particularly good on him as well. So like his AP ratios are good, but like the problem is he has a really short auto attack range, and so it's very hard to get procs off your autos, and your Q has a long cooldown. Your Q has a long cooldown early on in the game, so it's really hard to get those Spell Thief procs unless you're constantly going all in with W. I'll just do Nami with him. He's Korean.
I decide what the tide will bring.
I wouldn't really care if it's poke or not. I care if I'm gonna like win the lane. So probably like I very rarely take Spell Thieves on Rakan. Maybe like with Zyra, like a champion, like you need to be able to do it, like try to do all ins a lot with your W. And so if you think you can do that, do you think Akali is a good mid laner? If you're very good on Akali, she's great. If you're not amazing on Akali, she's worthless. She's just one of those champs where it's like there's no average Akali. Either it's super good or it's awful. Because she doesn't have any utility. Like, she has like a small stun on her ult, I think, but... Oh, someone asked me, like, Predator or Alien, I think, earlier. I think Predator's a better movie overall. Depends on what you want. I mean, Predator's basically like an action kind of movie that's, like, sort of supposed to be kind of scary, but mostly an action movie. Alien's supposed to be almost like a psychological or body horror kind of thriller. So I think they might be both classified as scary movies, maybe, but... I mean, I watched them both when I was a kid. It used to really enforce those R ratings. I think I was probably like 12 or something when I watched both of them. Alien's freakier. The body horror stuff is like... That freaks me out a lot more than, like, there's some kind of, like, nasty... Or, like, not even nasty, but there's some kind of scary monster that's going to get you. Like, diseases, ghosts, you know, like, different kind of, like, infestation type of stuff is a lot scarier. Like, a freaking face hugger, that's, like, the scariest thing, man. Like, that's way scarier than Predator. I mean, Predator's just going to, like... I mean, I guess maybe it'll torture you or something. I don't know, but... For some reason, like, the body horror stuff is just freaky. Or, like, The Thing. Yeah, Aliens 2, I think, was the best. But that, like, Aliens 2 kind of shifted the genre back towards... Like, there was some body horror in there a little bit, but it was more of a an action type of movie. But, yeah, Aliens was baller. But it had a much better cast... I think, and yeah, it transitioned more into the action type of genre away from the body horror stuff. So there was still some of that, but it was, I felt like it was a lot better. I don't know if people are actually good on these champions or not. I didn't scout it out. Not really. No, we're probably gonna get destroyed, but we'll try. I never watched the sequels really to Predator. I mean, I don't know if Arnold is in the sequels or not, but like Arnold was great. It's like Terminator. Some people consider Terminator a scary movie, but I think of it more as like an action movie. No, I haven't seen that. The scariest freaking movie for me was, what was it? The movie based on Hot Zone, that book, the Ebola movie. That stuff's freaky. Or like Stephen King's The Last Stand to a lesser extent, or The Stand or whatever. Like the disease movies are, because those are like, that could really happen. Outbreak, yeah. Something like that could kind of happen actually, and that's freaky. Like 12 Monkeys, that type of stuff. I never read it, dude. I'm not gonna read stuff like that. That stuff really freaks me out. I can't do the disease stuff. Damn it, I didn't have to flash there. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't think he was gonna level 2. If I flashed immediately, ignited, and then W'd the Jinx, we had it, but I ended up just wasting everything because I was too late. I was not paying attention. Is he gonna flash for it? Okay, we got the heal there. Favorite suspense film? I don't watch a lot of those. I usually just watch like comedies. Comedies are probably my favorite, or action films, or just sort of like, I used to watch like some of the like award-winning films, but I just really haven't watched that much. Lately, it's just like a Marvel movie or something.
First blood.
Okay, nice. I do not want to get hooked. I do not have flash. Jungler's fiddlesticks. We gotta be a little careful. We don't have flash right now. I thought Blair Witch Project was actually pretty cool back in the day. I'm trying to think. I don't know. No, it was just so innovative. Like, people didn't do like these like survival films, in the sense that like you've got like, I don't know what they call them, recovered footage films or whatever. That was pretty cool though. That was like some next level stuff, and it was really cheap. I think Fiddlesticks is here. He's probably gonna be screwed. Maybe not.
There's always another.
Oh my god. Okay, we got him. He still had his flash. Okay. Oh, that Triumph proc, though. It was pretty good for its time. I didn't mind that one. I was like, oh, man. That, like, basically revolutionized, or, like, not like revolutionized, but that's, like, the epitome of don't show the villain type of movie. You know, people always say some of the scariest stuff is, you know, the stuff that you never, I might actually, the stuff that you never see. I might actually go see Stephen King's It. I meant to go see that in theaters, and I was going to go see it with my buddy, because I read the book back in the day, or some of the book back in the day. I was really young, and I saw, like, the miniseries. The miniseries, it was cool to watch. It was not the greatest on earth. It was like a made-for-TV movie. It was alright. I mean, it was good for what it was, you know. But the movie looked really good. I watched some highlights from it, and I was going to go see it with my buddy, and then he bailed on me, and we just never, set it up again. But now part 2 is coming out in the fall, and I like it just because I like Stephen King. I did see some Stephen King movies that were, the old Pet Cemetery was pretty good. Thinner is really freaky. That's kind of like some body horror kind of stuff. So yeah, I like some King. I like King. Is he 6? Oh, that was really smart of that Lucian. To throw his W so he got the double shot on the ward. Yeah, he's probably still going to be here. I don't know. I like having a friend with me, especially for scary movies. It's just like something you can talk about afterwards. Like, we go get some lunch and talk about it. And then you just kind of like, when other people laugh, it feels like you want to laugh. When other people are scared, you feel like you're scared. Like, in some ways, I think emotions are communal. I think he's 5. He may have leached experience to get to 6. Wow. He stayed in there for years, like literal.
Okay. Yeah, but I want to go see it. Is it on Netflix? See, it's not that scary to me. It's like kind of scary, but it's not that scary. Like, I don't mind stuff, like I said, unless it's like body horror kind of stuff. Like people getting infested with weird things, like, then I can enjoy it. If it's just like a thriller. Like if it's like there's some crazy murderer or something, you know, if it's like Jason or, you know, Texas Chainsaw or something like that, like, sure. I don't mind watching those. If it's like in person, you know.
Slain.
Maybe should have stayed for a control ward, but whatever. I still have mine down in that bush. Yeah, the solution's pretty far ahead. I used to watch a lot of scary movies when I was a kid. I watched like bad stuff, like Tremors, Critters. I watched like Critters 1 through 4. There's no way he steps up unless Fiddlesticks is here, I think. Really, that works? He burns out, right? Oh my god. Wow, how does that work? Oh, Silence of the Lambs. Yeah, I forgot. If we're counting that as horror, yeah, I think Silence of the Lambs probably the best suspense. I really liked Hannibal also. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. I actually liked Hannibal better than Silence of the Lambs, I think. Although they're both very good. Actually, I liked Julianne Moore better than Jodie Foster for that role as Clarice. I know that's very controversial. Most people think that they liked...
An enemy has been slain.
We can still win. It's going to be hard with that Aatrox, but I can probably peel him late game. It's very frustrating. Like, when you make an awesome play, you're just crushing it 2v2, and then some random clown shows up to your lane. Oh, we missed it.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Okay, nice. There we go. I mean, yeah, obviously no one's going to be happy about that TP play, but I still think it was correct given sort of what was going on. I don't even remember how it got started. I think Lucian got hooked, but I think we were doing about the best we could. Yeah, that's fine. Those two going top lane actually just crushed him, I think. We just got so many kills. We're going to get a tower. We got an Infernal. Like, yeah, they killed the Gnar that's already, like, you know, 1 and 4. How hardcore are we talking? Not that hardcore. Yeah, I liked Hannibal a lot. I think, Hannibal being free and, like, hanging out, just the kind of stuff that he does, and the conversations that he has with people in the quotes. It's like, he's not wrong about a lot of the stuff that he's saying. He's just kind of, like, a little hardcore about it. I thought even, like, the character, like, one of the villains, the dude in a wheelchair, was actually, like... It was pretty cool that Hannibal was killing him, because he was, like, a child abuser, like a sex pedophile. I didn't even realize that the first couple of times I watched it. I wasn't paying as close attention to the dialogue, but... It's very subtle. Is he really gonna get away with this? Oh my god, dude, are you into? Like, hello? Damn it. I was pressing flash. I mean, she would have just flashed after me anyways, to be honest. Arachnophobia was kind of freaky too when I was a kid. That's not quite body horror, but it's getting close. It's like insects, little small things. I'm much more scared by small things than large things in horror movies. It's harder to disprove small things. Oh, I like Stranger Things. I mean, if Stranger Things are counted as,
Your team has destroyed a turret.
That's been probably the best thing in recent memory that I've watched that's kind of on the scary side at times.
An ally has been slain.
Kind of got a little into body horror. I've heard that season 3 has been described as being more body horror, with some weird stuff like that going on, but I'll watch it. Whoa, what the flip? He doesn't even have, like, that many big items. He, like, literally looked like he one-shotted that guy. Like, it was like 90% of their health off of a Q. One Q.
Has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
This is getting clowny. Come on, dude. All he had to do was run to me. But yeah, Stranger Things was great. First season, awesome. Second season, pretty good with the exception of a couple of episodes. I didn't really like Eleven's sort of side journey. I don't think most people did. But I mean, they had to give her some kind of narrative arc, I guess, other than cool, like, psychic kind of character. But yeah, Stranger Things is really solid. TV has got some really good... I think TV has honestly been better than movies in the last 10 years. As far as, like, quality. Wait, how did Nar die? Okay, well, they're all taking middle while this dude chases me across the map, so... But get him, right? Oh, barely. God, this game.
Shut down. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Why is it just like the top laner? Feels like every game is being determined by the top laner tonight. This Jinx was destroyed in lane, and now she's got 7 kills. I mean, they're gonna get that. That's probably warded. Come on, bro. You trolling. It should give you, like, for ward kills, it should give you assists. Not that the stats even really matter, but sometimes you like to look at how many wards you killed. Oh, whoa, what? Going on here.
An ally has been slain.
I dodged everything and she freaking auto attacks me to death with her stupid dash. Ugh. Champion is so frustrating. It's like, oh, you dodged my Q, you dodged my bubble? Alright, well I'll just RN and auto attack you and deal like 900 damage. Why does her empower, like, why does her passive give her, like, extra auto attack damage? Why is that necessary on that champion? Like, it should just be, you have to land your abilities or you suck. This game's really hard right now.
Your team has destroyed.
Arm might be dead again.
An ally has been slain.
Unbelievable, dude. Like, what are our top laners tonight? The last one was like, what, 1 and 11? I mean, we can win. It's just like, this is just so hard. I understand you have to carry people, but can they just be a little lighter? Just like a little overweight, not obese? Just a little chunky on the sides, man, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to talk about needing a crane up in here, you know what I mean? It's not fashion, it's talking about heavy, being heavy, man. That's a very common expression in League. Other expressions make being overweight look good, like getting fed. Come on, man. It's good for our people to be fed, to be fat, but not their people. I mean, you know what I mean, dude. Don't turn it into like PC police. Like, I try to do that some, but I think y'all know what I mean. That's ridiculous. I mean, I try to be as cautious as I can. There's no way that's even like... I don't even think there's any way that could be offensive. But maybe it can be.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Yeah, they stole the Drake with the Jinx rocket. I mean, he didn't have smite, to be fair. I think it was still okay to go for it. They just, I mean, they just did it. It was lucky as hell that she got it with that. Oops. Well, that was bad. How did that even hit? This solution's really good. Like, this solution's damn good. I didn't think he was gonna go into that. Oh my god. If he didn't dash forward, if he just dashed like closer to me, then I could have hit him with the W. Why do you max Q last on Nami? You always max W first, and then E gives you more damage and more slow. So like, you know, the extra bubble's nice and everything, but it's just a lot more reliable to max E.
Your turret has been destroyed.
We're already at 40%. We don't have Transcendence. I mean, we could go like Redemption last item, but I think we're just going to go for a lot of wards. I don't want to give up my control wards. It's probably going to come down to one more Baron. You do get extra cooldown reduction on it, extra damage on the Q. I've thought about maxing Q second, but dude, I mean, they could be anywhere. Get this. Jinx is a huge problem right now, though. We're just waiting to get picked by Zoe. Let's just back up.
Enemy rampage.
Why is he so far up there? Okay, he made it. Wait, why? You didn't have Hourglass? These games are so depressing tonight, honestly. Like, I guess that one was pretty close. It's like there's just one clown just throwing it all the time in, like, Diamond. Like, Silas died on a screen where, like, no one was there. There was no one within, like, 3 screens of him, and he dies. Like, what is he possibly doing? Like, I actually just want to look and just see. We'll get back in queue, I guess, here. We'll wait a second so we don't get them on our team again. But, like, I'm genuinely interested in what it was that he was doing. I don't even think he was trying to get blue. I think he was, like, I don't know. So he's right here. He's literally, he hasn't taken any damage yet. So he's literally pushed up in lane. I don't even know if we have Baron anymore. He's literally pushed up in lane by himself with no vision anywhere over here. No one's within like 2 screens of him. Like this Jarvan's maybe 1 screen. I'm 2 screens away. Nar's on the other side of the universe. Like, what's the play? He's not even hiding in a bush trying to like get a bush bait or something. Like he's literally walking up there in plain view by himself. Like they know we're not here because they see Nar bottom lane. They see me right here. And this is probably warded, so they probably see Jarvan. So like, and he had a chance to walk away and he still didn't walk away. And you know they have a Fiddlesticks who can ult you over this wall that's not warded. You know they have a Zoe because she's been chucking all of these projectiles over here. Like, you know you don't really have any kind of escape. He tries to engage on the Fiddlesticks 1v4. You know Baron's coming up in a minute and a half because I keep pinging it. I don't even understand what the thought process was. Like, I get it sometimes when people are greedy and they're like hiding in a bush and they think they're gonna get a pick and that will open up a play for us, like a Baron or a tower. It's like, okay, probably a bad idea because you didn't have enough vision, you didn't know they had backup, but at least I get it. You know, it's like, all right, he's trying to make a play. It didn't work. I get it. But that's like, there's absolutely no reason to do that. I haven't demoted yet. Are we red yet? We probably will demote soon, though. We are red. So, yeah, if we lose 1 or 2 more, we're going to get demoted. Alright, hold on 1 second. My wife said she heard something weird upstairs. Let me just see what it was. Now give us a second so we don't get paired with those guys again. I don't even know if it matters if we do get paired with them, though. It's like literally every team. Alright, I'll be back in a second. Favorite comedy flick, asks Winky. I like Old School and Office Space. are two of my favorites. I think they have a lot of replayability. They're all very good. I think old school, if I had to pick one old school, a lot of great stuff. You've got Will Ferrell, Vince Vaughn, sort of in their prime. I don't remember who the kind of the main character is. The Ring was... Oh, I watched the old school Ring, I think, back when I was a teenager. Is that the thing where, like, the thing comes out of the TV? I think they may have done a remake. I haven't seen the remake one. Favorite champion to play or to watch? Or, like, champion design? I'm trying to think of something else that's funny. Like, Wedding Crashers is pretty funny, too. Favorite to play in each role? Probably... Rakan. I'm having a lot of fun with Yuumi. Trying to figure out. I'm not very good on her. I'm alright. But Yumi's actually pretty fun. I like Rakan, Thresh. ADC is Sivir right now. I have historically liked Ezreal, but he's not that great right now. Vayne's alright. Jungle, probably Nunu and Ivern. AP Shyvana is pretty good too. Mid lane, probably Malzahar. Top lane. I don't play top lane that much. I've never... There was one meta where I was alright top, like, way back in Season 2, but... I'm not that great on Thresh, though, man. Like, I need to win. I need to not demote. I'm probably going to demote anyways, but... Thresh is extremely risky. I do like playing Thresh, but... Like, best champion design, like, best design champions that I think are, like, pretty cool. Probably, I mean, I think Thresh, Rakan, and Yuumi are all pretty good. AD carry are just, like, best overall. I don't know. Kai'Sa's interesting. Trade teams for a win. I don't know if Nami has the best design. She's pretty good. I think things like the high skill cap champs are fun to watch. Like, favorite champions to kind of watch or to see in like a pro meta are things like Riven, Yasuo, Azir, Cassiopeia. Pyke's pretty cool. I've thought about playing Pyke some more. Well, they don't like going against hook champions, I guess. We'll throw Nautilus in there. That tells me they can't dodge hooks, so... Yeah, but I played that at lower. A lot of those were in different meta, and they were also when I was much lower ranked. Yeah, I really don't think my champion picks, for the most part, are why we're losing. Like, I picked Tarek yesterday, the first game of the stream that we played that was ranked, and that was really bad. I should not have played that. So there are some times where, like, what I'm picking is not really, like, great, you know, for what we're doing, but I think a lot of times it's just, it's other things that I need to be doing, like paying attention, taking advantage of opportunities, stuff like that. Well, I mean, every lane has to deal with it. I mean, if you've ever played another lane too, you'll notice that bot lane and support will feed all the time also. So, it happens in any role. Pastor Draven. Yi top lane. Is he switching? I wonder. They might be switching. I might be duoed. I haven't been, like, scouting people or dodging enough games, that's for sure. Okay, so they have, like, a pretty crazy team fight. Against Sona. I might go for some Yuumi here.
You and me, we got this.
Athene's first for Janna. I think it can work. I don't want to do Zyra against Twitch. I mean, it's alright, but don't want to do Janna and Twitch. I mean, I would have maybe done Rakan, but I don't want to do Rakan into like Annie and Kennen. I think we gotta dodge this. I do never place Yi at all. He's blind picking Yi top first pick. Got a gold 1. This guy never plays, or it's very rare for him to play 80 carry, so he's auto-filled. It's like nobody's on a good champion. When are we being treated a bard? As soon as I get a donation for it. Yeah, it happens a lot more than you would think. People don't know how the Thresh Lantern works. I mean, Bard's cool and everything, but guys, like, a lot of times what people ask me to play are, like, these very specialized champions that require, like, I mean, they're basically for one-tricks, because they're really weird. Like, they're very different from a lot of other stuff. And, you know, as you can see, I'm certainly not going to get carried in these games. You know, most of the time, like, I have to, like, bring my A game, and even then, it's not enough in a lot of these games. So, you know, I know I've kind of, like, with Yuumi, but I think I've been, like, playing okay on Yuumi, you know. And I think she's a really good champion to try to master. But like, I can't be playing, like, boutique off-meta stuff a lot of times, or, like, it's just going to be almost impossible to win. Like, I have to put up big numbers almost every time. my phone's gonna die soon. Let me grab a charger here real quick. I'll be right back. Yeah, I don't know about full-on one-tricking, like, every time, but, yeah, you should have a narrow champion pool for those reasons, so you know, you can be consistent, so you're going to be able, you know, so you'll learn the animations of your champion, you'll know the timings of your champion, like, you'll know what to do in all these different situations, but as you can see, if you ever read the chat, like, as a streamer, it's hard to do that because there's so many people that are constantly asking you to play stuff that's either not that great in the current meta, or often both, that you don't have a lot of experience on. 'Cause I know people like to see different stuff, you know. I know people like to see funky, weird new stuff, weird new builds, and watch it succeed and stuff like that. But, you know, these games are hard. Like, this is not easy. I'm about to get kicked out of Diamond, you know, and I think we'll be able to get back up there, hopefully. But, like, you can't play around. If I was smurfing, yeah, I could play around. But, you know, I'm losing a ton of games even not playing around. Even playing champions that I think are pretty strong. Yeah, it just, yeah, 2 to 5, something like that. Everything is great, even to, I don't know. I don't subscribe to that school of thought. Aerion Lux decent? I probably wouldn't do it. Like, the problem with Aerion Lux is a lot of times it's going to be on the enemy because you poke them a lot with your E. Like, it can be good, but... I mean, you can win on any champion. Like, I don't like to crush streams. I just try to be honest with people, too. You know? I don't always, you know, pick the most practical thing. I mean, honestly, like, who I am in real life is not super practical, right? Like, I'm an adjunct professor. I could have easily gone into, like, you know, like, pharmaceutical sales, or I probably could have gone to law school. You know, I could have done all these other things. You know, I understand wanting to do things that are fun or interesting that you enjoy and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like, if a student asks me, like, should I drop out of college and open up my own, like, art gallery or something, I'm going to say, maybe, man, but, like, understand what you're doing is going to be very risky. It's kind of the same thing. Like, some people do very well with that stuff. But, you know, you got to be careful. If you're trying to climb, if you don't care and you're just trying to have fun, like, I know the viewer experience is people probably don't care that much if, hey, yeah, it does work for a lot of people. Like I said, I kind of went off the, path less traveled as well to an extent, and it's worked out. So it works out very well for a lot of people, but it does not work out very well for a lot of people. But, you know, I just try to give people the best, you know, advice that I can, and then they can do what they want with it. But I just try to be honest about what I think is competitive and not. And just a simple glance at statistics makes the case that for the vast majority of people, some champions are better than others on any given patch. Now, does that mean you have to play the highest win rate champion every time? Of course not. But it just means that, like, that concept is real. Like, the vast majority of the population performs better on certain champions on a given patch. So you don't have to do it. But it's usually, like, helpful to probably be in the ballpark a lot of the times. Like, Mattress Factory. Hey, I mean, you know, I'm not saying everybody has to go to college. I think there are a lot of really good jobs out there without, like, degrees, for sure. But I was just trying to give an example, pretty much, that, you know, people can live their life however they want to live it, but at the same time, like, I think a lot of people watch me to try to get the insights, to try to get the recommendations, and that's what I do. So I'm not always right about stuff, and I don't know everybody's individual situation. Some people are just, you know, really, really good on one-tricking Bard, for example, and they get to Diamond. And I know as a viewer, you know, a lot of times people want to see the wacky picks. They want to see me play their favorite champs, you know, and it's really secondary, like, whether or not I climb or whether or not I get demoted. But yeah, just understand that I really would like to not get demoted. I know it's probably going to happen. Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was joking. It could have been for real. But I'm just, it's, that's an aspect that a lot of people don't think about necessarily. That it is kind of tough as a content creator to be someone who's competitive, like, who's trying to actively climb and do stuff, but also has, like, a really wide champion pool or plays really off-meta stuff, unless they're smurfing. If you're playing against your peers, you gotta play for real most of the time. If you look at, like, a lot of pro players, you know, now some of them are very different and very diverse, but a lot of them, in any given meta, they're gonna play, like, maybe 3 champions. If you look at, like, most played champs, and even if we look at something like, Premium. I haven't even looked at these stats. I mean, that's a pretty... Whoa, that's not... How many games is that? It's like 1 game or something? It's like 1 day's worth of games. Okay, hold on. Let me look at this. Ooh, Draven, huh? Look at, like, MSI, like, a lot of the picks are going to be concentrated up near the top. Now, there's going to be some diversity, but, like, it's not like every single champion gets played once, you know, like, there is a meta. Like, there are certain champions that get banned way more than others, and the same is true of solo queue, but anyways. Can we just not have a gold person on our team? Is that possible? Okay. I mean, my ELO's probably like Platinum 2 right now, or like my MMR, Platinum 2, Platinum 3. Really don't want to do Zyra. Like, I want to kind of play Zyra into this stuff. I could play Janna, but I might just do Yuumi.
You and me, we got this.
I mean, Allie's not gonna do shit, dude. I don't think so. I mean, yeah, Yumi's extremely high skill cap. Rakan's not that amazing in Alistar. I think Yumi's okay in this lane, honestly. I mean, I guess we'll find out, but, like, I do quite a bit of poke, and, like, popping off with that shield and just kind of working him down with the shield. If Alistar tries to engage on me, I should be able to W out. I don't think it feels like a babysitting champ more so than a lot of other champs. Like, it feels mostly like a poke champ. Is Zillion any good? He's alright. I mean, I'm not a big fan of him. I like him more as support than a mid laner. You just have to have, like... If it's support, it's okay. If you land your double bombs a lot. I hate him mid lane most of the time because, like, mid lane in this meta needs to be something that does a lot of damage and is really powerful. You know, I really don't like role player mid laners. I'm just gonna mute.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
These guys are like tripping out before the game even starts.
Where's my fishy
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Dude, I'm standing close to you so I can jump to you because I don't have flash. Like, I see the entrance. I don't need to stand right in the entrance.
Gotta be here somewhere.
Minions have spawned.
Fiddlestick support is okay into certain matchups.
Don't tell anyone, but I love hugs.
Dude, I'm getting down into like this platform area, which is really annoying because people are just, I don't know, people are dumb in Diamond, but I don't mean to like insult certain elos, but it's like they think that like that they understand like there's no way you can win this matchup. Like, what are you supposed to do as Yuumi? Oh no, they're crushing us! Look out! Whoa! How the hell are we supposed to win this lane? Oh my god, this Alistar's scary! Whoa!
The expert huntress stalks the battlefield. Wow, even brighter than my shiny light.
We're not even that far ahead. He like slow pushed.
Do you know what
And they didn't even get,
vexatious
like, they didn't even lose much CS. So, like, they haven't even been near the CS the entire lane, and our Draven still can't get a CS lead. Like, it's insane. Like, he's literally just might as well be playing in the practice pool. Dude, attack! What are you doing? We've got heal.
Now you're ready to prowl. We got the Yuumis.
Well, at least he cashed in, I guess. Rengar should have waited. I mean, it worked out fine, but he should have waited on us to push before he started that. He should have just, I don't know, done something else.
Snacks in your pocket. How about now?
That's a terrible place for a ward. You put it right here so it sees that entire ridge. I mean, it's not like the worst place in the world, but... Idiot. Didn't have bop and block. Like, you just saw me use it, so you know I didn't have the shield. You know they have like 50 minions right here.
It's okay. We've
And
got
he's
6
muted.
left. Or was it 5?
An ally has been slain.
Like, there's like almost literally 15 minions there that he's running through. Like, going and hitting her a couple of times is fine. Like, why not just hit her twice? And just wait on the reset, and then we go all in when my bop and block is back up for the shield. I mean, I could have healed him faster. I didn't think he was gonna flash forward like that. I mean, was his barrier up or was that down? If his barrier was down for that short of a time, he should have waited on barrier
An
also.
enemy has been slain.
You trying to type a novel to me?
An ally has been
I don't know.
slain.
I'm just gonna have to last hit though if he doesn't last hit. Well, no, Draven players are very good usually. Like, the champion's great, and usually the players who play them are often they're 80 carry mains, and they're actually pretty good on the champ. Like, usually, like, Draven's my favorite 80 carry to support. Draven and Sivir, this guy's just bad. I don't think it has much to do with the champ.
An ally has been slain.
Well, might get demoted on this one, boys and girls. You're welcome, you clown. Walked right into Alistar combo again. Well. Does he have BT? Okay. Yeah, but we needed a back. It would have been greedy to go for another plate. We're already... We needed to defend our plate. About to get flanked everywhere. He's not alone, man. Probably. I mean, maybe, but...
I'm an independent cat.
An enemy has been slain.
What a joke.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Back on my own.
Shut down.
He didn't have his smite up. I guess, I don't even know what he smited. I guess he smited the Alistar or something at some point. No one covered mid.
An enemy has been slain.
Alright.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
you have smite this time? Yes. Okay. Yeah, it was a bad idea. We didn't have map pressure for it. Back. Alright.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Where's my fishy, fishy fish for my dishy, dishy dish?
Wow. Why would he smite that? Like, you know dragon's about to spawn. God, this is brutal.
Don't tell anyone, but I love hugs.
No, dude! Like, why? I don't think we want to do this, dude. And I'm dead. It's not gonna do anything to type anything into these fools. If I type don't 1v3, they're still gonna do it. Draven's like, are people gonna be grouping up for Dragon? I've seen them positioning to group up for the last 3 minutes or so. Maybe I should go like, look in this bush real quick.
Shut down.
Just started the Rengar Inch. I know Annie's not here. Yuumi's cut off. Yeah, I mean, well, Rengar Draven, and then I jumped in there too. I was stupid as well. I got caught and killed. Just like they did. I should have just let the Annie die.
That away.
I mean, you can have a locked screen, but it doesn't disable your minimap, at least in theory.
Get in there. Wrong way, you. God.
I'm Yuumi, and you're warm.
Dude, we're obviously gonna get flanked by Jax. Jax is pretty fed too.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Damn, we don't have a wave. Right here, right here.
Well, I deserve 12 LP. I've been losing a hell of a lot at 0 LP. Yeah, I don't think it's as bad of a matchup as people think it is. Like, we're still going to be in the red zone here, though. No, we got back into yellow. Okay. It's not a glitch. Oh, no, that's because I was in negative LP. Because I dodged at 0 LP. I was in negative 3. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's because of the dodge. So we finally got a win there. Yuumi does... I mean, I think she's really good. Like, I'm not good on her yet. I'm getting there. But... I mean, her poke is so good when you get used to it. Like, it does so much damage. And that bop and block is massive. Like, it's a very big shield. And, like, even in early levels, it's like 100 shield for free. That replenishes your mana. That's on, like, an 18-second cooldown. We'll see. I mean, if I can just hang on to Diamond a little longer, that'd be good. Well, it's not that the LP gets harder, like, as you go through Diamond. It kind of does, but the people are just way better in general. I know that seems strange based on what we've seen a lot of the time, but you could look at it the other way as, like, people punish. If you do stupid stuff, you're going to get punished really hard in Diamond. Like, that's the thing, is people make mistakes in all ELOs, but it gets punished much more as you move up in ELO. That's the big difference. Is it, like... Just that one guy being out of position mid lane there. A couple of games ago, the Silas being stupid, pushing up by himself, just had a mental lapse for a second. Just instantly. They just won the game off of that, basically. Like, they killed the Silas, and they pushed in, and a couple more people entered into them as they pushed in, and they just won. Like, I think that's a big difference, is that people just slam the door in your face if you do stupid stuff or you get really far behind. Like, there's just not as many comebacks. I think. I don't know. I mean, we've had some pretty big throws over the last couple of days. But, I mean, just in general, the people get a lot harder. That's why it's a lot harder to climb. There are some structural things in that you don't get the free win for promotions, you know, when you get into Platinum. And the LP is a little skewed when you get into Diamond, but it's still, you're just playing against better people. Hey, Stefan, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com if you're interested in coaching, and I can send you an email that will tell you how to do it. It's basically you just send me your .raffle file. The email stuff has been a little messed up like the replay system has been a little messed up, but I was able to like give pretty good coverage on the last couple of coaching sessions that I've done. You can see those in the coaching playlist. I just released them, I think, yesterday. But anyways, yeah, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. We can set that up. I can give you all the information that you need. But anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you all very much. I think we'll go ahead and end on a win there. But, yeah, that's fine. We survived another day. We got to play some Yuumi. We got to play some different kind of champs. That was cool. I don't want to risk. I just want to go out on a win. I want to go out on a positive note. Also, it's about 4 hours, and I got some other stuff I need to do, unfortunately. But anyways, I am going to release an 80 carry video tier list tonight. I've got to upload that, so I'll upload that, and then surviving Diamond 4 new title. That's what I need to do. But anyways, we'll be back tomorrow. So thank y'all very much for coming out. Stay tuned. More content's coming. See you next time.